Welcome to the second episode of AhmaHustle. Steve Royall, filmmaker, homie, dope friend out here in Los Angeles. Thank you
Sure.
for being a part of this. Um, I'm excited, just as far as you just to share what you're doing, your story out there to the people. It's much appreciated. So I'll start off with the first question: Who is Steve Royall?
Well, like you said, I am a filmmaker. I'm from Maryland. My focus originally was comedy. I used to do stand up. And so a lot of the projects that I film are comedic based. But for this year, I'm trying, and next year, I'm trying to like branch out into action and drama.
Okay, I didn't know you were a comedian at first, which it makes perfect sense now that I think about it. As far as the moves that you're making, because when we first met, as far as like networking mixes and like competing and whatnot, I know you more so as far as being like a camera videographer guy, director that type. But as far as the comedies part, okay,
Yeah,
that's dope.
yeah, I did stand up for maybe 7 years.
Okay,
Yeah, I went on the road and everything. The last time I did comedy, I was an opening act for my friend in Korea. So we went to Korea and we were doing comedy at the different military bases.
okay,
And then when I came back to LA, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a break from the stand-up comedy and I'm gonna try to do um, one of these things everyone's talking about, a web series, you know.
gotcha.
So I shot a web series, and the plan was shoot the web series and then come back to stand up. But
Mm-hmm.
once I shot that one, then people were like, "Oh, I like this. Can you shoot another one?" And then I had an idea for another one and another one, and so it was just tough to go back to stand up because as long as I was getting out my ideas, whether it be on the stage or on the screen, it didn't matter. I just as long as I was getting it out there.
Okay, gotcha. And then, so did you, when you were a kid, is like you always were like, I wanted to do stand up, or was it just something that you got into as you got older?
No, yeah, it was older. Like, okay, so when I was younger,
Hmm.
I thought for sure I was going to go into law enforcement, like either like U.S. Customs or,
That's
uh,
a big difference.
yeah, DEA, something like that. Like, when I was a kid, I was always playing cops and robbers, and I was always like the cops. So I was just like, this is the direction that I'm going.
Hmm.
And what happened was they were filming a movie. I went to University of Maryland College Park,
Okay.
and so they were filming a movie and on campus, and they were looking for extras. And I had finished classes for the day, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to be in a big Hollywood movie. And I was just an extra. And while I was sitting with the other extras, I was sitting next to this really attractive girl. I think her name was Imani or Imari.
Okay.
And like a PA came up and was like, we need a kissing couple. Would you guys mind? And I didn't even know this girl. And I was like, yeah, sure, I could do that. But in my mind, I'm like, yes, absolutely. Yeah. So right then it was just, I don't know, it was just like cool, like being on a set. And so I was just like, I think this is what I want to do. And so
Hmm.
when the semester ended, I told my parents, I was like, I think I'm going to go to Los Angeles to get in the entertainment industry. And my parents were like, because it was a huge turn. Like, how do you go from going into law enforcement and studying law and psychology to suddenly wanting to, be in entertainment?
Hmm.
And so, yeah, I hopped on a bus and came out to LA.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, I guess it's just that one spark that can make you go all in for it. But you definitely felt something and made it happen. So as far as your comedy, the web series, the content you're putting out there, how do you balance like your work life and then what you're doing creatively, or do you intermix both?
It's tough. It is definitely tough trying to like balance because I have like a lot of ideas of things that I would love to shoot, but my bank
Hmm.
account limits how many things I can shoot. So, like right now it's like I'm working on the Wait What comedy, and I'm
Hmm.
still trying to finish up some projects that I shot last year. So
Gotcha.
it's definitely not easy. But you keep doing a little bit and a little bit, and stuff it starts happening, and so yeah, it just takes time. It's yeah.
Gotcha. And as far as like your hours go, are you like spending most of like your evenings, nights working on it, or you're doing a lot of that on weekends too?
Right. It's tough, but
Yeah.
it's cool because like I see like stuff is actually getting taken care of.
Huh?
So I'm almost finished editing. Like I have one comedic web series called Girl Prank Show that's going to be coming out this month in a couple
Okay.
weeks. Still shoot the Wait What comedy videos, and I have another drama called The Story of Mia. My first drama
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be coming out next year, and then I have a low budget feature film that I shot that's going to be coming out early next year.
Okay. Yeah, so you're
Yeah.
definitely making it happen, making it move. I guess that schedule's working. I gotta get on that. I tried to do the gym in the mornings, and then it worked out for a little bit. Then I fell off. Me getting up early, it's a struggle, but I'm gonna work on that. But speaking of challenges for me, what are some of the challenges you face in the industry as a whole, as far as working, lifestyle,
Uh,
etc.
sure. Okay. So for me, I like in an ideal world, I would like to just focus on content creation.
Mm.
Like I've been making videos and web series since 2007.
Okay.
And so I've created a lot of content. Um, but the thing is, like, you have to like also focus on, which I'm learning now, focus on the business side and the social media side, and trying to like build up your audience. Like my plan before, it was create it, put it out there, people will see it, and it'll grow.
Mm.
But in reality, that is just not the case. Because if that was the case, I would be famous right now. For sure. I have created a lot of content. So right now, what I'm doing, like with the Wait What comedy, like when we first started, I still had that thought of just put it out there. It's funny. People will follow.
Mm-hmm.
And so for like the first month, I mean, we had like I don't know, maybe like 70 subscribers. But we were putting out like a lot of videos, like 5 videos a week. And it
Okay.
was like still only like 70. So I was like, man, we gotta like, we just can't focus just on the video creation. We gotta get on the marketing and like keep telling people. And yeah, that's I would say is the challenge is the marketing and the social media stuff. Like I can admit I am definitely not strong in that area, but like I'm slowly learning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's more like the strategy as far as building the audience for more views and getting the content out there and building the buzz around it. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, just as far as the internet, lots of people are creating stuff, and I guess figuring out ways to separate yourself from everybody else is definitely key. It's definitely
Right.
key.
Yeah, it's a lot of people creating stuff now. It's like, man, you gotta like how do you stand out when there's so many people creating
Yeah,
pretty funny
yeah,
stuff?
and I mean, I
Yeah.
know there's methods of doing it and whatnot, but I mean, one of the ways to do it that I've heard is about just collaborating with people, and hopefully this brings more people to the site and more likes or whatnot, or just as far as your story and what you're doing, because I'm definitely enlightened and inspired as far as the stuff you've been doing, and I know you've been doing that for that long, but see, you never know unless you ask. Never know unless you ask. So, what are some of the words of wisdom that you're able to offer other people who are trying to pursue their passion as well?
Well, I mean, I guess I could go with the standard never give up. Because everybody says that. But I would add to it, like the thing, like with this industry, like I know there's a lot of people who, they come to LA and then miraculously they make it, like they get discovered and they make it. I mean, yeah, that happens. But
Mhm.
for the rest of us, like I feel like it goes in like a weird. line. Like there's like sometimes where things are great and then it's like not. Like, it's a weird windy road to get
Yeah.
to where you're going. So don't expect like I guess a straight line from you coming to LA to you being famous. Just yeah. Think of it as like there's gonna be ups and downs, but I feel like if you keep going, eventually something's gotta happen.
Yeah, I agree. And I think there was a professor who told me that the industry is filled with famines and feasts. And she said that when things are good, take advantage and like stock up because things there's gonna be like a downtime or just you ain't gonna be getting a lot of calls or projects going out that way. But I mean, in a sense, the longer you're here, we're kind of only like one project away from like something big happening. So it's like I always. I know my big thing moving out here was I didn't want to be that person who moved out here was like I gotta move back home because I either didn't, yeah, didn't get enough money or couldn't make it work or whatnot. And I was just like, as far as like trying to make it out here, and just like have things happen over time, I was like, if I'm in the circle, things something can pan out eventually. Eventually, but no, that's great words of wisdom as far as just to be aware as far as the time frame for it as well. The ups and downs. It's yeah. I think a lot of people underestimate it, especially moving out here from somewhere else. Um, but yeah, that's key. And as far as like the projects that you're working on now, where can people find that online? Where can they find you and what you're doing?
Sure. Okay. So the Wait What comedy, you can find and that's Wait What comedy. You can find that on you can find that on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Girl Prank Show, my comedic web series that's coming out this month. That's only going to be on Facebook. Um,
Okay.
Hopefully in a couple weeks I'll be posting that one. The Zeros 2, the kids movie, that will be on YouTube, but the first one's already on YouTube. So if you type in
Okay.
Zeros, um, the movie, it's the anti-bully movie. It's about a group of kids who band together to take on the neighborhood bullies. It's got like a Ocean's 11 meets the Sandlot type feel to it.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
dope.
And so yeah, and then the story of Mia, that's gonna be on YouTube, hopefully, in February. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, it sounds like you got a slate already coming out, 4 or 5 projects for people to watch. Yeah, you're definitely staying busy, and I appreciate you, you know, being a part of this, the collaborations and all that. And I'm also gonna put the links to what you said in this video so people will be able to find it there. But yeah, thank you again for being a part of this, and I'm excited to see what you got going on and to say I was here one day as far as the rise.
Oh yeah, of course. And then hopefully we can get you in some more videos
There it is. I'm
for
down.
for your audience members that don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna
Man.
do those little acting too.
Well, all right, sir. Thank you again.
Of course. All right, man.